was sounding. So, Eleanor, I believe that you grew up in a musical household.
Yes, you could say that. I have 5 siblings, and we grew up sort of all pitching in. We're kind of like the Hobbits or something, everyone playing stuff, singing songs, falling out, making up, that kind of thing.
Did all of the children learn an instrument then? Is that the case?
Yeah, I mean, some stuck it out longer than others. But yeah, there was like fiddle, there was flute, there was a couple pianos, a couple guitars. At one point there was, saxophone for about 5 seconds. Until my brother lost interest, which happened quite quickly.
Right, okay. I mean, if you weren't careful, you could have ended up like the Cause.
I know, and we listened to the Cause a lot.
Well,
I wouldn't have been upset about that at all.
Right, okay. And so I've also read tales of the fact that you used to play guitar alongside your dad, who was playing the penny whistle.
Yes, exactly, yeah.
Okay, and so how did that fit in with your kind of peer group, who were presumably largely listening to pop records?
Well, it didn't.
Right.
Like, it kind of just didn't fit in like that. We sort of like, I guess when I was in secondary school, that was when I started being like, oh, like pop music is a thing that exists and is really cool and I like it. My radar for music was really my oldest sister, who was like, she's a decade older than me. And so she would filter pop music through, her peers, and it would filter down to me in like, my mum's tape for the car. And it was, my parents still had a car that had a tape player, so it was actual tapes. And I'm only 24, so I shouldn't necessarily remember tapes. But,
right, okay. Well, they've come round again, they're trendy again, so they win.
Yeah.
Okay, and so you've got the influence from your sister, which would be what?
She listened to a wide variety of things. She used to listen to, my love of Feist really was born of her, because The Reminder came out when my sister was a teenager, and songs like 1, 2, 3, 4 and My Moon, My Man from that The Reminder record were on a lot of mixtapes. There was a lot of Maroon 5 songs about Jane as
right,
well.
Okay.
Great pop songs. What else was there?
Well, I mean, I'm just, because what I'm looking at is the juxtaposition between the Joni Mitchell that you were listening to from your parents' collection, and I can see the connection with Feist, not so much with Maroon 5, but you can you can see that. And the great thing is, I mean, talking about influences with artists is always a little bit crass and a little bit dangerous, because it's almost like, oh, you're doing what that person was doing something, and you're not. But your voice is crystal clear, and there aren't many people who can do that thing with the voice that Joni Mitchell does, and you can do it. I've only just noticed it because this is the first time I've seen you playing live, but it's pretty remarkable.
Oh, thank you. It's very nice.
It's a pleasure. And so you also wrote short stories as a toddler, didn't you?
Yes. I mean, so my dad's he taught English. He's recently retired, but he was always an English buff, and he was studying his English PhD when I was growing up, and it was about like the effect, sorry Dad if I get this wrong and you're listening, like the effect of children's literature on forming the moral imagination. And my dad's always written kids' books, and he's never published them. It's sort of for him and the family and stuff. But so he's always had an interest in writing, and I just wanted to be my dad, I think, when I was a little girl. Make of that what you will. But so I used to write stuff when I was very young, and my dad would for those who are not watching me, so people who are not Mark, I'm doing air quotes, my dad would edit for me. He would act as editor.
I was going to say, did he cast a critical eye over your work?
He was always very kind.
Right.
So I was like, you show great promise.
You see, now, if that was my dad, it would have been, could do better. Stop talking in your bedroom and get on with it, will you? No, I'm sure he was encouraging. And so you also, you went to university and studied, medieval studies.
Well, I studied literature in York, and then sort of I took the medieval route. So I dread to say specialised, because you can only specialise, well, you can't really specialise in undergraduate, I guess, but I took a great interest in medieval studies.
Right, okay, maybe there'll be a medieval concept album in the making before too long.
Well, You never know.
You never know. We'll wait. We'll wait and find out. So you've got some dates lined up. The 23rd of March, you're playing Bristol, Rough Trade. 24th, London, St Pancras Church. 25th, Dublin, Whelan's. 28th, Sheffield, the Fly Tower. 29th, Manchester, Yes Basement. 30th, Glasgow, the Poetry Club, funnily enough. 31st, York, NCEM, is that right?
Yes.
And then the 1st of April, you play the Hyde Park Book Club in Leeds.
Yeah.
Fabulous. And the Cosmic EP is out tomorrow, isn't it?
Yes, midnight tonight.
Brilliant. Okay, all right then. So for the last time tonight, sadly, this is Elanor Moss live in session. And what are you going to do for us?
I'm going to do Cosmic Memory.
Brilliant.
From the new record.
Yeah, okay. Thank you.